Spawning in the bottom right, it is the lovely Shay. And spawning on the top left, it is Dad. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Shay is going off with a quick wall off. So Shay does a little weird opening. She sacrifices her economy to wall off fast, and that's because she does not condone cheese whatsoever. Dad goes for a hope he's built some. Goes for a pylon first. And Shay is spending her resources very well. Oh, that is two. Dad is cheesing. And then let's see. We got a gateway coming up and a barracks coming up around the same time. Dad's doing a better job of supply, but about the same because Terran has mules. Just OP units, but if she ever builds orbital command. So let's see what Dad's going to do here. Now, Shay, Dad likes making proxy aggressive bases. Shay is unlike any other Terran. She likes to do air Terran. She likes going air, especially Banshees, and which is unlike any Terran in the Bunker League. So it's interesting to see how she does. Dad is building 3 gateways and a cybernetics core. Going to be extremely aggressive off of one base. So he's going to have 4 gateways off of one base. That's extremely aggressive. And Shay's build, although she's fully walled off, it is slightly more slower, although she will have some Marines out. And now she's building a factory. I think it'll come down to how fast she can get her Banshees out. If Dad can kill her before the Banshees get too much. Or, one way it could work is Dad could be doing a lot of aggression, and then Shay can come back here with Banshees and clear out his base. And that might be a might almost be a base race almost, perhaps. Dad supply blocked. And Dan has built enough for this. He cannot build a base right here at all. This probe going back home. He's done his work, done his dirty. And we have a lot of zealots with charge. He's going to do a zealot rush. With charge, that is very dangerous. She's building a tech lab. I wonder what she's going to build. She's building. What is this? So she's missile turrets, range. That's interesting. Does she expect Dad to go air? I don't think she's done her homework. I've never seen Dad go air before. So that'd be a good collection upgrade. Oh, she's doing scanning tower, which is just. Oh, I need to take the food out. Alright, I'm back. Yep, I was being a boss helping my wife cook. So Dan just finished up charge. Will this be a timing attack when up charge finishes? Is he paying attention? Shay is immediately building. I know, I already got it. Shay. So Dan is doing a zealot charge. But the question is, will Shay? And the question is, will Shay have air before the zealots hit? The longer Dad waits, the worse it gets. He should attack right now. He has charge, Only reason why he should wait if he had a forge, which he doesn't. So he's not gonna wait for the +1 of anything. So he needs to attack right now. I don't know what he's waiting for. There we go. Hopefully this. So Shay now knows that there's some shenanigans coming, and their attack will happen. The zealots will jump on the siege tank and wreck everything. Shay should hide behind her wall. I don't know why she's getting out there. She needed to run back to. Oh, she has. Well, this wall is going to melt. Maybe eventually. Little time. She should be repairing. She's a little slow on repairing her wall. So now they're going to break through, and this is going to take this out. Question is, will these finish? That's what's going to save her. Flame. I like the flame. Flames will take care. Pretty fast. Dad is. Oh boy, that's not good. She pulls the boys. The boys go down. She should run. But the banshees will. Oh. And the game is over. Alright. So spawning in the top right, we have none other than Dad. And then of course we got our lovely Shay. And so it's 1-0 for Dad. And will Shay be able to tie it up? She's going with her early wall off. And then one thing about this wall off, unless she's trying to deny the probe, there won't be any units coming across the map till the 2 minutes mark. So maybe she could build a faster SCV. Maybe get some. Oh, I guess it's all good. Dad doing a gateway. Dad is proxying something. We'll see what's going on. So we will see what Shay does to switch up to maybe take the earlier aggression. Last game, I'm pretty sure she would take it if her army was behind the wall, or if she had one siege tank behind the wall. She probably would have done much better. And then pulled her SCVs to repair the wall faster. Because she pulled at least 10 SCVs. That wall, she would have had a lot more time. Her banshees would have got out. The army would have been repelled. Dad doing the exact same build. And so far, Shay's doing the exact same build too. And we just have to see what she does to switch it up. Even though Dad proxied last time, Shay has done no scouting whatsoever. So that's one way to counter proxies, is to scout them out so you know what you're up against. This probe roaming the map, doing something. And they're both as equal worker supply. They're both really good for the Silver League. They're both in Silver League. Both grind the ladder. And we'll just see if Shay can take the cheese this time. He takes a mineral to go. Love that. Shay is building a factory, and I believe this factory is a little faster than last time. So we will see. Oh, nice. She got a faster orbital command. I like Shay's position a lot better. Dad is building Twilight Council, and thinks it worked last time. Thinks he's going to try to do it again. He's just building a bunch of zealots. Shay switching it up by building some more fire bats, or whatever they're called, Hellions, my bad. Now Hellions do extra damage versus light, and zealots are light. Another thing that counters zealots perfectly is widow mines. Widow Mines do a big area effect, and she has about 3 Widow Mines at the front of her base, or anywhere around. Once Zealots walk in there, they're basically as good as dead. And so Widow Mines are one of my favorite Terran units. They're just so good. Shay is scouting ahead. And now let's see. Dad's charge is almost complete, and his army supply is almost double as Shay's. Is double than Shay's. So we'll have to see. I think Hellions are an okay choice, but I think Widow Mines would be better. But hey, the dude do damage versus light. Oh, I think she's trying to move out. She's just walled in. Dad is putting up his sensor tower pylons, so he might be trying to get more defensive. Maybe the Zealot run by is just for, yeah. He has charge. He should attack right now. But Shay will be able to get Banshees out this time. So, see, this map, although it's about just as big as the backwater, it doesn't have a lot less rush distance, which plays in the favor of Shay, who likes to go for the more long-term air Terran. And if Shay goes mass air, I don't think Dad will be able to take mass air. I don't know. The Zealots don't do as well against air. They're both on one base after 6 minutes. I think Shay's scared to go out until she scouts a little bit more. These Banshees are just having a heyday up there before they leave. Dad's getting a robotics. She's keeping up with army supply. Now let's see if they're equal with worker supply. Exactly. That's pretty impressive. 24 workers with one base. Shay's going to try to do some damage. She cloaked a little early for whatever reason. It's over cautious. But with that being said, I don't think Dad has no anti-air whatsoever, so these Banshees will reign supreme, cloaked or not cloaked. Not even any cannons or a forge. But he does have robotics, so he could detect them, but he has no anti-air. This could be... Oh, he does have one stalker. Shay should kill that one stalker. Oh, that's actually doing pretty good. I can go with that. The stalker is not dead. I think Dad might have to be forced to counterattack, which he's doing. Shay has Banshees, though. A lot of Banshees at home, so that should be okay. Banshees will be what saves her this time. Dad has to kill her right now, or do a lot of damage. Now, if I was Shay, once I saw this, I would bring SCVs up to repair. But it looks like these Banshees... I wish they were cloaked. I think one's cloaked. One's smart. But she might be able to defend... Oh, he has detection. So he defends her attack with no economic damage, while Shay is doing a lot of... And Shay takes it! So we got Dad and our lovely Shay. Now we'll see how they switch things up. I think these players are good enough that they might have different strategies up their sleeves, but I'm not sure. But this is a big map. Oh, that command. She's a little paranoid about walling off. Those zealots, she's scared of zealots. We got the hero probe building a next. Oh wow, that is going macro. I agree with this, mainly because this is a big map. So unless you're doing a hardcore proxy, it'd be really hard. Something else, Dad does not like warp gates, so just warping units on the other side of the map isn't really an option for him. So I'll be excited to see what Dad does. This is a very big map, and I feel like I feel like this map's better for Protoss because they can come in here and attack and then warp back home to protect their base if there's a weird base trade. Because there's a lot of paths that you can miss the other army with. And then, but Shay, this is Shay's one of Shay's favorite maps too, so this should be interesting. Dad gets a second Nexus fast, which will should put him at a worker supply. He barely has a worker supply. I guess we'll see. It's still building, so we should see his worker supplies boom soon. He built a gateway, pylon. Nice, nice. And looks like he's going to take the gold too, so he's going to set himself up for a nice macro game. I think Dad, he either should put some cannons around his mineral line, or he should get a quick observer, or he also could get an oracle, which is it's a floating ball of death. We don't know what it is, and that can also detect units if he has enough multitasking ability. But you know, when you're facing Shay, you're going to eventually run into a Banshee. That's just a given. So he needs to have some sort of answer, whether it is kill her before the Banshees can pop out, or to get detection and stuff. These probes are stealing this long distance mining. Oh, I guess it's because doing some long distance mining on the gold. So let's see this. So Dad's Nexus is really giving him worker supply, but he's not getting much of an army supply. He's really going macro. I haven't really seen Dad do macro that much. I wonder what he does. He goes for a forge, so he's going to defend his mineral lines with cannons, which at Silver League I believe is the best, because you always have extra minerals, because there's always extra minerals that Silver League players have, and it takes less multitasking, because this is a very multitasking, stressing game, and that's one less thing you need to multitask. So I really strongly agree with the cannons. Shay's going double starport again. 1, 1, 2. Dad is thinking about building a Nexus. Not proxying at all again. He's just getting tons and tons of money. And Shay, afraid of the proxy of the cheese, is really bunkering in, which is one reason why I strongly agree with cheesing, especially as Protoss, because you can psych someone out into being super defensive, and then you can build 3 extremely quick Nexuses and get a huge production up. Let's see. Although he does not have any army units, he does have cannons though, but they're not by his mineral line. I think that's a huge mistake. He'll probably have to pay for that mistake. Meanwhile, Shay will be starting to produce Banshees soon, when she gets enough minerals and gas for it. She's building now. Dad's building some shield batteries again. These cannons right there are good, but Shay's not going to bring her Banshees up to the front ramp and the front door. She's going to go behind the base and into the mineral line. She's really good about that. She's building cannons here. This cannon won't protect her mineral line. That pylon is hopefully a pylon to protect her mineral line. Dad should build a cannon right here somewhere. And also, he should build some cannons right here too. And these probes are on break. Oh, he's one by one sending them to their places. Shay has a pretty good defense. She will soon start Banshee harass, and I'm afraid for Dad because he has no cannons by his mineral line. He's doing what Jay did versus Harley the first game, except he has more pylons, so that's good. He has a lot of minerals too. He doesn't know what to do with all his economy. 51 workers, so even if he does lose a lot of his workers, if Shay attacked right now, Dad would probably die, because especially Cyclones are crazy. but he doesn't know this. Dad doesn't have much of a defense. If Dad is going into Stargate tech, so he might be going air toss. He should be definitely building more cannons, especially by his mineral lines. But I'm afraid it's too late. But she will run into the cannons, but she is on top of it. She goes around. Is there any cannons up here? Oh, she's happy with hitting the pylons. Yeah, Dad should have definitely spread out his cannons a little bit more. Building a nice cannon. Unfortunately, all the pylons will be dead. There's no other form of detection in his main base. This, not building one cannon in his main base, he might lose this right now. This could be it. But he has a lot of other bases, so this is definitely not the end. He has plenty of other workers. So he might be able to come back out of this. Let's see, does he learn? Nope, he has not learned yet. There's no cannons with him in the line. Zealots are going bravely in. Void Ray. Hello. And these are light, so this critical alignment does extra damage versus armored units. Banshees aren't armored, so that ability does nothing. Little known fact. But Dad is going Void Rays. Oh, also, I know this. Shay hates Void Rays. All you have to do is build a bunch of. Oh, she's building a bunch of Vikings. But Marines are good against Void Rays, and Vikings are good against Void Rays. So I'm not a big fan of Dad's choice, but it's Shay's most feared ship, so he doesn't know that, but it works pretty good. Now, will Dad build cannons in his base now, or will he make the same mistake? She's moving out with a big force. Her army is much bigger. If Dad can spend his minerals, let's see. Dad only has one gateway. That's a mistake. He should at least have 6 gateways by now, especially with all his minerals. Build gateways till you run out of minerals. The gold base is really nice, but if you don't spend those minerals, that doesn't really do much for you. Although Dad, I believe, will build a secret base out here. Because why not? And Dad has 6 Void Rays. That's actually pretty scary. Once you get enough Void Rays, things start melting before your eyes. Although with all these different, so what Dad could be doing, Dad could be building shield batteries everywhere. He could build extra bases. He could build cannons, but just spend those minerals on something, anything. See, look, there we go, shield battery. He has cannons everywhere but his mineral line, the most important spot. We gotta scan somewhere. Dad is scanning, she's scanning, and confirms that he is massing up on Void Rays. She's moving out for the attack. So coming back, we are continuing. Shay is getting ready for an attack. She is going to send an advanced party. And she will run into some minerals. Dad should know about this now. She will fly around. Oh, what is this one? Oh, Dad is spinning his minerals. There we go. Nope, I think... Yeah, well, that's really good. Shay's army coming in. Dad turns off alignment and moves him over. Dad will hold. These are considered armored, so they cannot. These Banshees do not have free reign of the base, except they go in range of the detection, and now they're getting destroyed. Sheesh. Yep, get out of detection. Oh boy. That was not looking good for Shay. She needs to expand. She expanded last minute. She did a one base all in and it did not work. Dad deflected that attack surprisingly better than I thought he would. The one thing which Shay did was to ignore all these cannons and just at least scout the base, and if she scouted the base she would have found free food. And Dad is his upgrades are on spot. Dad, although he is a cheeser, it looks like he's much better at macroing than Shay is. Shay still has not built a command center and is now long distance mining. And while Shay is barely getting to her second base, still on one base, Dad is now on 4 bases with quite the defense. This is going to take her a while to beat this and to take this back out. That's pretty scary. Yep. Yeah, when you're going air toss, one thing, because you can use a lot of gas, you can use your minerals on a bunch of shield batteries and cannons, and you can put them anywhere you want to. Dad is making sensor tower pylons with his extra minerals, which I strongly approve of. I guess one way Shay could win was one upgrading. Okay, Dad is going into air toss, so I'm not sure how Shay's going to win. She can either do with mass Vikings, just building like 100 Vikings. Look at that. But even if she did, I don't know what she did. She has no army. Like, the numbers tell it all. She just needs more of anything. Marines. If her Marines had stem or an upgrade, that would be very beneficial. She just she put all her eggs in one basket and it failed. Dad is expanding more towards the top. I guess with this map you can expand toward the top or bottom and it'll work out just fine. Now let's see. So they both, Dad has not, one thing I wish Dad would do was scout out his opponent more. But I guess when you're going air toss at this level, you just build a bunch of high level ships and then push the attack button once and have like one action per minute. Look at all these void rays. Mass stem marines would be a good counter to this. Battle cruisers wouldn't be too bad of a idea, but like marines and Vikings would be really good. Shoot, you could even go. Why not Widow Mine? I love Widow Mines because they have splash damage, and all these units are grouped up together. So even a Widow Mine would be okay against this. But the numbers tell the story, and Shay's time is limited. She didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably not very professional, but I think this is it for Shay. Just numbers. Dad has upgrades. Shay doesn't. Dad has units. Shay doesn't. Dad has production, and she has production too. Oh, hey, she's upgrading stem. There we go. That's the way to go. And Dad has immortals. Oh wait, Dad is putting up a Protoss Death Ball, and there's not really much she can do to stop this, except maybe a crazy base trade. Well, let's see her army. She's doing mass Viking, so she knows that even a Liberator. Yes, that'd be good. She's going up to battle cruisers, which is great. She's trying to transfer to her air toss, but Dad is done that. He's gone to air toss, and yep, this might be it. So I guess what Terran can do to stop this is don't let Protoss build this much spaceships. They're super slow to build and expensive. So just more aggression, which I guess Shade, which is hard to do at this level. Or mass Vikings and just blow everything up. Because Vikings do damage versus armored units, and all these ships that has are armored. But then also you have to worry about the ground army. The ground army is not nearly as scary as the air army. Shay is putting out widow mines. Fun, fun. And turrets. Ah, that's really good. So widow mines and turrets. Although it'd be nice if she had 1 or 2 more, but it's a good idea. Dad might just dodge it though. Like, I can fly over these glyphs. Oh, my bad. So Void Rays. Looks like she is going to go in from the side. Oh, never mind. He's going to be polite enough to go through the front of her defenses. Oh, that Widow Mine. He has detection, so Widow Mines won't do as much. Oh, Snickerdoodles. Dad has all the answers. And Shay almost has half as much army. It just comes down to Dad expanded faster than Shay. It's what it comes down to. The oh man. Oh, everyone go slow motion. Slow motion. So this time bubble makes everything go in slow motion on the ground. It doesn't affect air. So it didn't do anything, but it looks cool. That's from the mothership. Mothership dies. I think that's the only casualty. Base trade! Last ditch effort. But I think it's a GG. And what it comes down to is nothing more than Dad built 4 bases within 10 minutes, and Shay built 1 base within 10 minutes. So Dad had 4 bases worth of mining, and Shay only had 1. And it's just simple math from there. Well, that's it. Both played really well, and I'm excited to see Dad face off Treeland for the PvP.